Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the last Friday, it seems. So we're almost going back to school. Today we're doing some good theory and we're focusing on multiple choice questions. Okay, so just before we start, if you missed any videos, African Teen Geeks, you can get it there. Snaplify for the free ebooks, and then Office 365, you can get it mahala.ms, and then the different education departments for old and past exam papers that can help you when you need to start studying for the exams later on this year. Okay, so with no further ado, let's move over. And I'm gonna just give a little bit of a wait for the other people. This is a class dojo, the scores of this last few weeks. Racking up some points there. You can clearly see who's the people coming every single day. Thank you for attending these classes. It's always nice to have somebody there. Okay, so if you can go to Kahoot on your mobile device or kahoot.it, and then I'll jump over to the Kahoot screen and I'll show you guys the code. It's always a pleasure, Carl. Okay, so it's kahoot.it and the game code is 3478580. I'm just going to give a little bit of time for people to join. We're going to do it, so it's only going to be the questions and you're going to say true or false, but we all know in exam papers, if you say false, you need to say why is it false. So if you guys want to and you've got two devices, you can take a chance and chat. You can either do it to everybody, or if you want to, you can just private message me and then I'll read the answers there. Okay, so if there's somebody still struggling to get in, just quickly drop a message. Otherwise, we can slowly but surely start. See, there's 5 people there. So it might be all of you or some people there from the YouTube channel as well. Okay, it seems that there's nobody struggling, so we're going to start. And I'll jump over to making it live and we can go. Okay, so first questions. Company often release shareware versions of software for testing purposes. And we've got your options, true and false. Okay, so there, it's false. I just want to get my screen here. Okay, so anybody can say, why is it false? Okay, the reason why it's false, shareware is shared with you so you can use it. A testing software is normally called a beta or beta. So as soon as you're still in production, you're still using it, and you're still trying to fix out the bugs, we call it a beta phase, and they give it for you to test in the beta phase. Okay, so not the best start. Let's hope round two gets better. Okay, question 2. Broadband refers to the total amount of data transferred over the internet connection in a given period of time. Okay, so the word we need to replace, or what has to be true, is broadband. Okay, so the 3 people's got it. The correct answer is false. Uh, it's not broadband, it's called bandwidth. So bandwidth refers to the total amount of data transferred over an internet connection at any given time. Okay, so let's see the top 3 going in there. Ostrich, lobster, and sable. Some exciting names getting in. Okay, question number 3. The term DDR is associated with the RAM of the computer, and we're specifically looking at the word RAM. Okay, that's true. DDR refers to your RAM. Okay, it's got some good lead changes there. Radiant Lobster in the lead, Groovy Sable second, and we've got Bright Frog in third place. Okay, OLE object is a data type, can be used to add an image to record in the access table. Referring to word OLE object. Okay, and that's true. Normally, when we add images in the access table, we will use the OLE object or the OLE object. Otherwise, we will add it as an attachment. That attachment, you need to go download stuff, and we normally use the OLE object. Okay, Radiant Lobster still in the lead there. Question number 5. This is an example of a PIN code, and there's a picture there. I'm sure all of you would know this one. Okay, that's false, and it's called a QR code. Okay, so you take a picture with the QR scanner of the photo, and it links you to something else, either a website or a document or anything else. So these days, a lot of people use it as marketing strategies, and they leave the QR codes all over. And nature of people, we want to know what's going on, and then we just go, we scan it, and then they've got their ad or their presentation there for you. Okay, I see Fisu, welcome in. You can join kahoot.it if you want to, or you can just watch in the chat. And then the code is there on the bottom of the screen at 3478580. Okay, Groovy Sable has taken the lead. There's a lot of climbing there. Exciting ostrich, close in the second place. Okay, formatting can be used to automatically arrange a specific value in a spreadsheet according to specific criteria. And we're specifically looking at the word formatting. Okay, so it's false. Formatting refers to the colors of the cells, the size of the text, and so on and so forth. So how it looks. If we want to using automatic or arrange something, we're going to use sorting or filtering. So it's not formatting. Formatting works with how something looks. Okay, so 2 climbs there. Well done, Mystery Duck. 3 questions in a row. Close second, first there as well. Okay, Mac OS, so Mac operating system, is a proprietary of operating systems. Okay, well done. 5 people getting it. It's true. It is one. Okay, well done there. Mystery Duck jumping into the lead. 4 questions in a row. Okay, scan disk utility will allow a user to delete unwanted files, example, temporary files, and folders. Well done, that's false. A scan disk utility scans all your disks as soon as you put something in or you want to scan it. If you want to delete unwanted files, for example, temporary files, you will be using disk cleanup utility. So this cleanup utility cleans your disks. Okay, sorry to hear that, Carl. Okay, jumping over, Radiant Lobster on top there, Bright Frog, you're coming in there. Okay, question 9. An alt text tag will increase the website accessibility for blind users. Okay, so that's true as well. It helps you to see better. For example, if the photos, if they can't see color, they're colorblind, or they're struggling with color, alt text tag will put it into text and they can actually read what it is. So we're supposed to use this in our path as well when we do the HTML. If you add a photo into your path, always remember use the alternative text tag and write there something short about what's supposed to be there. It's a chart about different uses of programs or whatever the example is supposed to be. Okay, not much movement there. Question number 10. A computer that has been taken over by a hacker is called a pirate. I'm sure you guys will get this one. Okay, well done. So at least I know you guys are listening. It's false. A pirate, it's not it. It's a zombie. Okay, so we've done that last week. And if it's not a zombie, they'll also accept the word bot, because technically a bot is a zombie as well. So you can either be a good bot and help with functions and do tasks, or a bot can be written in a malicious way, and that would be turn him into a zombie, where he's there to damage your computer and your software. Okay, Radiant Lobster, well done. There's two guys coming up there. Okay, question 11. The best way to align a monetary amounts in a word processing document is to make use of the Rattlin tab. Okay, so that's false. Monetary amounts would be money. And by writing align it, you would get the R, because you want the R with a monetary amount. So the symbol for the amount, so either the R for rand or the dollar sign or the pound sign, and it's going to come in between the other text. So by using a decimal tab, you can align everything under each other, all the tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. Okay, well then there's Smart Griffin, and seems Radium Lobster as well. Okay, question number 12. Method of archiving is an organized way of saving old emails so that they are still available on a later date. Okay, so that's true. Archiving, if you archive an email, it saves it so that you can use it or access it on a later date. Okay, well done. What's it? Witty Crab and Mystery Duck. Closing in there on first and second. Okay, typical access time to the secondary memory is slower than that of the RAM. So you're specifically looking to a secondary memory. Okay, so it's true. Your primary memory is a lot quicker than using your secondary memory. Okay, so that's your hard drive space and so on, where primary memory would be your RAM. Okay, so secondary memory includes flash drives, CDs, and so on, so it takes a lot slower or a lot longer to use, where RAM is a matter of instances. Okay, there now we know who's got it right. Well done there, Glad Bunny. Okay, when a computer is being controlled from a different location by a criminal, it's known as a zombie. I'm sure everybody would get this one as well. Okay, well done, that's true. It's earlier as well. It is controlled by someone else. Well done there, Glad Bunny, jumping up quite good. Smart Griffin coming back into the top 5. Okay, identity theft is when a replica of a website appears to be the real website to obtain personal information. And we're looking at the word identity theft. So okay, so false. It's not identity theft. Identity theft is when you become someone else. we are looking at the word pinching. So pinching is when a website appears to be real, but actually they are only there to obtain personal information. Okay, so they're taking away your personal information, they're pinching it. With identity theft, someone becomes someone else or trying to become someone else. Okay, I see the Anita, thank you. A bookmark is a numbered label that you can add to a table, a figure, or item. Okay, 16, also false. A bookmark is not for a table or a figure. Bookmarks are for texts, so you can bookmark the text to jump to it later on. If you want to use a table or a figure, you're going to use caption. Okay, so using caption there. So a caption is a numbered label that you can add to table or text. Okay, two movements there at the bottom as well, jumping into the top 5. Okay, so question 17, a section break makes it possible to have different page orientations within the same word processing document. Okay, so everybody got that, it's true. You use section breaks so you can change between portrait and landscape. Otherwise, if you just want the document to become on the next page without changing the orientation, you'll normally just use the page break. Okay, some good movement there by Witty Crab. Okay, grid computing refers to the sharing of resources, that's programs and data stored over the internet. Okay, well done to the one, it's false. Grid computing does not refer to sharing resources over the internet, it's cloud computing. So cloud computing refers to sharing resources over the internet, and grid computing is when you put more than one computer working together, like in a grid. Okay, so new leader there, Mystery Duck, well done, jumping up. Okay, the CPU is a large circuit board inside the computer containing slots and connections for a computer component. And we're looking at the word CPU. Okay, well done there in the false. It's a motherboard. Okay, CPU is your central processing unit, and that processes stuff in your computer. But for the CPU to get the access on a circuit board, you need to use a motherboard. Okay, so the CPU gets into the motherboard, and that's the large circuit board. So that motherboard is basically just an extension of electricity current to provide connection for all the other ports that needs to be connected on your computer together to create the computer. Okay, Radiant Lobster jumping back, Smart Griffin jumping up. Okay, freeware refers to software to be tied out of the understanding that the amount should be paid for further use. Okay, so we're looking at freeware. Okay, that's false. Freeware is there for you to use freely. Where the word we were looking for is shareware. So shareware is software they share with you for a period of time. And if the month or the 2 weeks trial or the 2 months trial has ended, you need to pay to be a user with the app or the services further. So you need to pay the subscription services or buy it once off. Okay, so it's shareware. Okay, defragmentation makes your computer faster, but do not create more storage space. Okay, so well done, it's true. Defragmentation, it makes your computer faster because it defrags your computer and it swaps it around and makes it all inside his brain or inside the circuit board. It changes it up so you can read documents faster and get documents faster, but it's still going to be the same amount of space on your computer. It just knows a little bit more where to go look because he's reorganized himself to understand. Okay, Glad Bunny jumping up. Okay, the HTML coding BR tag allows you to draw a horizontal line. Okay, so while on there, it's false. BR is a break rule, so it's basically an enter. So it makes an enter, so it makes a text appear on the next line. Where we are looking for the word HR for horizontal rule. Okay, question 23. LCDs are the latest TV monitors using less power with brighter display and better contrast. Okay, so well done, it's false. It is LED. Okay, so LCDs are quite new, but it's already old compared to the new LEDs that came out. Okay, Glad Bunny, free streak there, well done. Question 24, Windows Explorer can be accessed using the window key and the E key. Okay, so the window key you all know is the flag and the E key. Okay, so well done that too. That's true. For pressing the Windows and the E, it gives you Windows Explorer, and that's the shortcut key for Windows Explorer when you're not inside of documents. Okay, add-on software such as a Flash player extend the capabilities of a browser. We're looking at the word add-ons. Okay, that's false. Add-on software, I think that should have been true. Because add-on software such as Flash Player extend the capabilities of browser. That would have been true. I think I made a mistake there. Because that's when you add on something like a Flash Player and it helps your browser to can do more than just browse certain pages. Okay, 26. The best way to align a monetary amount in a word processing document, make use of a Rattlin Tab. Seems they've asked this one twice. Because this was 5 different question papers. And this question has been asked more than once. Okay, so if you can remember what we said earlier on, we'll get the question right. Okay, well done. It's false. We use the tab, decimal tab, and not write the line. The previous question could have been false by saying plugin. You can add a plugin to your web browser as well. Okay, question 27. The method of archiving is an organized way of saving old emails so that they are still available for later date. Same one again. Okay, well done. Everybody learned. It's true. You archive something, it's for emails to use at a later date. Okay, Mystery Duck, new leader there. Okay, the typical access time to secondary memory is slower than that of a RAM. Okay, well done. Also true. No lead change there. And we're jumping over to the last question. What you grab on a 5 streak there. Okay, a computer has been taken over and controlled from a different location in a zone that's known as a zombie. Okay, that's true as well. Zombie is a malicious bot, and it's when you control something from a different location without anybody else knowing. Okay, so you see the previous 4 question has been repeated in other exam papers as well. So by working through previous exam papers, you'll get trends, you'll get questions they ask a lot, and you'll be better prepared for when your exam comes later this year. So make sure to go through the last exam papers, especially all the November exam papers. It will help you definitely to be prepared better. Okay, last question. People who need capital to support the cause may elicit the help of a crowdsourcing platform. Okay, well done there. For the 3 people, it's false. Crowdsourcing refers to transferring data or work, so especially work, onto an online community. So you're sourcing out your work to other people, to a crowd. So it's crowdsourcing, where the word we were actually looking for is crowdfunding. So crowdfunding, it's used to get capital support for projects. Okay, so let's see the podium. Okay, we've got Witty Crab in 3rd place, Mystery Duck in 2nd, and it seems Radiant Lobster has taken the lead on that last question. Okay, 4th place Smart, and 5th place I just missed now. Okay, so that's the questions for you guys. If you guys want to play again, you can tell me. I'll leave this one for you guys for open. It's self-paced later, and I'll quickly pop it on to these questions. That's fine there, Anita, as long as you've watched as well. But computer connections will always be an issue, especially on the internet. Just quickly jumping over the PowerPoint here. Okay, so we finished with the Kahoot. I want to ask you guys to please help me after we've done theory today, true and false. On Monday, we're going to spreadsheets. We're looking at the HLOOKUP. We're also going to do a little bit of VLOOKUP just to quickly refresh and before we jump to HLOOKUP. And then I'll give you the answers for yesterday's database questions. If any of you have done that, just keep it on hand on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're doing theory, and we're especially going to focus on system technologies. So we're jumping over to system technologies. And then lastly, if we've got 3 days left after that, if you've got any examples or any requests from what you guys want to learn or want to go through for last time, go into chat, please fill in the form, and that would help me to prepare for you for next week. So we're just jumping into HLOOKUP and the system technologies, and then I'll see what you guys are saying today, and then I'll let you guys know on Monday what you're going to do. Okay, thank you for today's questions. Once again, please go through all the exam papers. It helps a lot. That's the best way to learn. See how they ask the questions, learn how they ask the questions, and see what questions is repetitive. Okay, so it's not going to always be the exact same. So it's not always going to be that you can get the whole exam paper, but it's going to help you with a lot of ways and thinking in the right way in the best direction. Okay, so we always jumping off here today. So today was a little short. So I'll see you guys Monday at 2 o'clock. I hope you enjoy your last weekend at home. And then next week, we've got our last week, and then we're starting school in a little more than 5 academic days. Okay, so thank you all. See you later, and enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Lesedi. Thank you, Anita.